When you're too attached to what goes on in life, when you're too attached to just things, you can easily be taken advantage of by the devil. Because the devil's just waiting to see what you really want, and then he may even give it to you so you walk away from God. And you have to have so much discernment and awareness because this happens to everybody. This is how everybody walks away from God. They see something that they really want, and the devil says, "Here, I'll give it to you. Just let go of that." And that is God. And that's why we have so much evil in the world. That's how we have so much sin in the world. That's why everything's so demonic, because it's just so easy to just walk away from God, because everything of this world, because it's not his, is of the devil. So I want you to kind of analyze your situation, kind of analyze why you want money, kind of analyze why you want to get married, analyze why you want to be wherever you want to be. Why do you want to go on that trip? Why do you want to take vacations here? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? Because it's never going to give you what you think it's going to give you, but it can take advantage of you, and you have to be careful. And that's the problem with a lot of you men. You men are very lonely, and you think because of your loneliness, the solution to that is a girlfriend. All a girlfriend is going to do is just take you more away from what you're supposed to be attached to, which is God. And you think sex is going to heal that. You think having someone to be out with when you come home late at night is going to heal that part of you, when all that is a distraction, which is why you feel lonely. Because if you can't find peace as a man alone, you'll never find peace. And that's just an honest reality of it. There was a point in time in my life where I really thought I needed a girl, and I thought that was the solution to my problems. Because I had a girlfriend, and then I was lonely, and then I'm like, man, I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there's something missing here, and I thought it was a girl when it wasn't a girl at all. Because once I got a girl, I realized this is just a burden to me. Because I don't have my shit together. And when you don't have your shit together, especially by yourself, you're never going to find peace. It's never going to give you what you think it's going to give you. Right? And what happens is, right, you think when it gets late at night, when you have nothing to do, that the girl is the solution to that problem, when she was just your escape from the reality that you really had to face within you. Believe it or not, a lot of husbands are in that situation with their wife, where they're using their wife as an escape from them, because they're not at peace, and they thought marrying this woman would take away that part of them that's not at peace, when all it did was provide them a distraction. So now, years down the line, when you and your wife are bickering, you're just going to submit to whatever she tells you to do, because you didn't really analyze yourself first. You didn't become at peace with yourself first. And now you're so scared to lose her because you're scared to lose that distraction. Right? And this is for anybody going through heartbreak. If you're going through heartbreak right now, you just lost a girl that you truly love, I know the feeling. Analyze what's going on. Analyze why you're sad. Analyze what's the problem. Are you clinging on to God? Or are you trying to find drugs to make your solution? Or are you going to the gym as your solution? And there's no problem with going to the gym to, get over a breakup. But is it the one thing that you're using that's taking replace of that relationship with God? Is it replacing that relationship? And you got to ask yourself that question, because for me, I was very self-improved before I became a Christian, right? But what happened with self-improvement was I was eating healthy. I was going to the gym. I was making more money. I was doing everything correct, and I still felt a little bit empty. And you kind of get to this point in self-improvement, which is why a lot of people turn away from their self-improvement, and it's so inconsistent, because they're doing it for themselves. They're doing it for the improvement of themselves. And this is why you fall off so much. When if you change your mindset and you do it for the improvement of his kingdom, you'll never fall off, because a conviction occurs when you do. And you don't want to be convicted. You know? You know, and then another thing is you'll also never ever truly be scared to take a risk. You'll never be scared to go for that thing that you really want to go for, that dream that you really want to go for. You'll never be scared to do it because you'll have peace in your heart. And the reason people are so scared to take a risk is they're so attached to this life. They're so enamored by the fact that we have one life, when if you just take your mind away from that and you put your mind on eternity, you'll be at peace with doing the things that other people find to be a risk. So for you, it's not a risk because you're like, I'm confident in doing this because he called me to do it. So why would I be scared? I hear so many motivational speeches where they say, you only got one of these things. You only got one life. You only got one life. I'm like, who wants to live with this one life theory? This is how people turn into hedonism real quick. Because it could easily go from, I got one life, so I'm going to go for my business endeavor, to, I got one life, so I'm going to fuck her, or I'm going to sleep with her, or I'm going to fall into my lust with her. Or I'm going to do this drug, or I'm going to take this drink, or I'm going to take this money that I know is immoral money, because you're so focused on this one life. Let me apologize for cursing there. I did not mean to do that. But, you know, get unattached, bro. Get unattached from this life. Get unattached from it. And, you know, I meet a lot of Christians who use the excuse of eternity to be lazy and to be a sluggard when that's going against God. But when you truly understand that hard work is what God made you to do, when you truly understand a sober mind is what God made you to be, but then you're going to take all of that energy that you have, that you were putting into all this demonic stuff, and put it into things that are productive. And a byproduct of that production that you're doing for God is going to be your life, where you'll start to see success in certain exterior areas that are worldly, right? And I'm not going to be one of those guys who guarantees that everything, your blessings will occur, you'll make money, you'll have the greatest physique because you gave your life to God, when that's not true. That's actually false prophecy. That's very false prophecy. Your life can get worse, but what I will say, and this is what Jesus guaranteed you, is rest in the heart. Even in the middle of chaos, even in the middle of you going through the worst point in time in your life, you'll be at rest. I'm at the point right now where I could lose everything and I won't even react. It won't have an effect on me because I'm at rest and peace. And I know that there is something much bigger than me who has control and is protecting me. So I'm not really worried about too much. I'm not worried to lose anything. So there's nothing that truly has leverage over my life. And that's the greatest point you want to be in, when nothing has leverage over your life. The people who make the most money in the world are the people with the most leverage. And the reason they have the most leverage is because they have the most money. But when you take money from being the thing that gives them the leverage and you make it, I have eternity, so I don't care what you give me, I don't care what you can give me. You don't have leverage on me because I'm not going to do something that goes against my code because you have, quote unquote, more numbers in your account.